Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's your man, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? I'm here inside the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And of course, I got my guy to the right of me, my guy, Rue. What up, bro?
Yo, what up? What up?
How you been, man?
Man, I've been chilling, enjoying these playoffs, enjoying life. Another day.
Yeah, we got to get to the playoffs, bro, because man, you disagree on a lot of things when it comes to this
Seem like every
playoff.
year around this time, man.
Huh?
Every year around this time, usually how it goes.
Yeah. But real quick, man. I know you say you've been good, but how's your day been, bro?
Oh,
We don't ask each other that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't really ask that. We just
how's
like,
your
what
been
up,
so
bro?
far?
You
How you
good?
been? Yeah.
But you
Uh,
know, you
it's,
good doesn't mean anything. But go ahead, go ahead.
it's been all right, bro. I was in about an hour and a half of traffic, felt like. But hey, we here. Uh, but besides that, hey, I can't complain, man. I really can't.
Yeah, bro. It's,
Small things, right?
yeah, that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. Like I said, I'm just good. I'm glad it's that time of the year where everything matters with hockey, NBA, starting to see NFL heat up. So we getting news with that, and you have baseball, starting to get into the thick of things. But hey, but we got a good show, y'all. We're talking a lot of things that are, of course, in that news is hot, but at the same time, it's a lot of debatable things too as well, man. We want to get into. So first off, man, we got to talk about LeBron James. They got swept, and of course, everybody's talking about what LeBron was talking about as far as looming retirement. Is he retiring? Is he doing that or not? We're gonna get into that. Then we're gonna get into something else. It's probably gonna cause a lot of well, put it like this: it caused a lot of dissension. It caused a lot of back and forth. It was just a lot of controversy. Can I use my name? Caused a lot of controversy. So we're gonna get into that. But also, man, we got to talk about Lamar Jackson. The statement he made about the offense, that was big. And then the NFL messing up the NFL again. The owners, they wanted to try something when the players, the NFLPA coaches, all of them they didn't agree with this. They was against this. The owners still made it happen. So we're gonna get into that. Your boy Carmelo Anthony, man, he retired. I'm not gonna lie, Rue. I kind of hate that he retired. That's my guy. But we got to talk about him and should he get his jersey retired? I don't know. That's been going back and forth. I'm very interested to hear what you got to say. Especially the fact that Jokic wears the number 15 as well. But you still got New York and others. But also, your boy Jason Tatum, your Boston Celtics. That's your team. Anyway, they had a big win last night, cut the deficit to 3-1 or the series to 3-1. Do we think they can come back? What do they need to do to come back? Can the Heat take it over in Boston? We're gonna get into that. Also, man, with Jason Tatum, is his stock dropping? I don't know, Rue. We're gonna get into that, man. I mean, he's had we've been talking about Anthony. You know what? I'm gonna leave that up. I'm gonna leave that when we get to that. So we're gonna get into that.
Stick
And then,
around. Stay tuned.
yeah, gotta stay tuned. Then we got Dr. Fowler coming in. He's talking about the injuries. We got Tyler Hero, Aaron Rodgers injured himself today. I don't know if you heard. And then we got
Half.
right. Then we got other injury that we have to talk about. And then we got to talk about your boy Aaron Judge. This dude is on a tear. Is he the best player in baseball? We'll see. We'll let the guru talk about this. This is the baseball guru here. Then we got quick hit, stop it. What's on my mind? So please let your family and friends know they can listen to the show live on the 3 Point Conversion YouTube channel. Also, we're streaming on the Facebook. I put it on. You can go to the Facebook channel, my Facebook channel. Also, should be on the 3pointconversion.com. So, yo, it's time to get to these quick hits. Let's get it. And we got to start off with your boy John Moran is in the news again, Rue. So I don't know if you saw his tweet, not tweet, but his IG. And he went live and he had a picture up. So he had 4 pictures up, right? It was all in a sequence. It was one picture, but it was like 4 pictures within the picture. And one had him hugging his daughter, and he said something nice to his daughter and his father. He was like, "Yo, pops, love you. Thanks for the support." Then his mom's, he said something nice to his mom, the picture. And then the last picture said, because it was going to sequence, it said, "Bye."
Mhm.
Police saw that. They got wind of it. Police, I guess they saw the IG page when somebody alarmed them. They went to do what is called a welfare check on John Morant after he posted this, and then they
I
went
think
and
it's
talked to
called a
him.
wellness check.
They got welfare check on here. Whatchamacallit. I don't know why ESPN has welfare check. They has welfare. I don't know, and it wasn't. It was not just on the title. It had it everywhere else. It was saying welfare. I
Might
don't
be
know.
wrong. Y'all let us know.
It might be called welfare. It's like we want to check on your welfare. You know what I'm saying? So that makes sense. So, but we look at it. as something different.
Yeah, I'm saying that sounds different.
That's what I saw. You could be right. What up, Brandon? What up, man?
That's ODB stuff, man.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't know,
What
bro.
up, B?
But anyway, so they checked on him, and
It's a
Durant.
welfare
Durant
check.
said it
You
was
are
just
correct, Mr.
he,
Controversy.
he was just saying, huh?
You're correct.
Yeah.
Welfare check.
Uh,
Somebody take me.
Morant said he was like, "Hey, we just I was just saying bye to social media and the IG." So, bruh, your thoughts on this? I'm gonna tell you what I think. Real quick, your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Ja, like you already got enough attention on you. Why put this out to cause more attention on you? Now it's another headline, Ja. It's man, you gotta really like kick back and self-evaluate right now, Ja. This ain't the time to be putting more attention on yourself. Here we go again.
Right. Um, and I mean, if he want to say bye, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at that. He can say bye. He can. I just think it's more to it. Believe it or not, I think
Depression?
no. I think he did it purposely.
Mm.
You know.
That's yeah, I believe I'm with you.
And honestly, I was gonna say he should be saying bye to them guns, but I ain't gonna say that because you keep your guns. Just
Yeah,
keep them off
I
social
didn't get why he
media.
put the NBA image, like with him talking in the NBA logo. Like saying bye to the league. Like you trying to
He's
make it
going,
out the league. Like
he like I said, he's really going through a lot, bro. Like honestly, he's going through a lot. I really believe so. That doesn't
mm,
make sense to me, but long as he good, that's all that matters.
so,
Moving on, your boy Patrick Mahomes was asked about money and being the highest paid, and he had a message for everyone. He said, "Look, I'm worried about my legacy. I'm worried about legacy, not or my legacy, not making money." Think about that, Rue. I'm not gonna lie, man. That was a strong statement because the money gonna come. You
it
know,
will, it will, and I think that's cool for right now while you in your 20s. But you know what I'm saying? What is he? 26,
yeah.
27. Um, but in a couple years, trust me, Mahomes gonna be thinking different. Because your legacy is pretty much set in stone, bro. Uh, yeah, if you retire tomorrow, your legacy set in stone, Mahomes. So I think the next step is getting that money. That's every athlete should be thinking like that, especially when you at his level. Um,
Mhm.
as much as he wants to be humble, few years he gonna be knocking on that door.
Right. No, I agree. I agree. But like I said, his legacy gonna bring him money, so I guess he's good. I guess is why he could say that. So I really think he was talking mess to Jalen and everybody else,
Mm,
But that's just me.
mm.
Moving on. So the judge denies bond on ex-Alabama basketball player Darius Miles, who was facing a capital murder charge. Man, what another blow to Darius Miles. He's just going through it right now. Don't know if he did it or not, but bro, hey, it's what it is right now. And we don't normally see this when it comes to just Alabama, period. You know what I'm saying? I mean, basketball is usually under wraps. They're quiet, but football, they don't play that. They like to say that's Georgia. They do stuff like that. But
Yeah, you right. Uh, we don't usually see this at all. Last time we saw something like this was who? Aaron Hernandez. I think that's the last time we sort of saw an athlete in the headlines like this that was facing a capital murder charge, and we all remember that. So, not surprised. In Alabama, bro, yeah, you set yourself up.
yeah, it's a wrap, right? And then last but not least, your boy Adrian Peterson said he is not retiring. He's not officially retiring yet. He said he's waiting. He's waiting to see. He's gonna wait and see what happens. Stop it. Well, I don't know. They might. I don't know, Adrian. No, nobody messing with you, dog. Like you too
Yeah,
old, man.
man.
That ship is sailed, bro. You got Kareem Hunt out here. You got Zeke out here. You got so many running backs looking for a job that are much younger and still. I ain't gonna say in their prime, but not far from their prime. You
They
39,
probably
38,
called
39 years
Le'Veon
old. Yeah.
Bell. They probably called Le'Veon Bell from his stage set. Before they,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
he's a Hall of Famer. Come on, AP, you
Yeah. But
gotta
you
know.
know what? It's got to be hard, man, to just
Yeah,
say,
that's what I was getting at. The closure.
yeah, I give up. I'm done. So I get it. I get it. What up, Vince? This is in the chat room as well.
What up? What
Yeah,
up?
I get it, bro. And Brandon, Brandon says he ain't take care of his money. That's sad.
Mm, out here kickboxing on Fubu TV.
All right, man.
Hey, bro,
That's you. All right, man. Let's go wrap up quick hits. So far, we're gonna take a quick break, bro. We're gonna come back, man. It's time to get to it, man. Time to get into some drama. All right, we'll be right back.
Hey, yo, check 1, 2. Flav in the building, and you know who you listening to? The 3-point conversion. Flav in the building.
All right, so it's time for the quick hits. My bad. For the hot topic, and the hot topic is
yes.
the Lakers got swept, right? And we're not here to clown LeBron. We're not here for that. They got swept. They played hard. They were in every game, right?
Yeah, I give you that. Yep, you're right.
They were in every game. So cool. But what I want to ask you is, well, first of all, he came out, he made a statement about he don't know what the future holds, what he's going to do. Do you think he's going to retire? You think?
Nope, not even giving that attention. Nope. And I really think that's Braun being Braun. Really taking think about this. You think he said that to take the shine off the Nuggets?
No.
You don't?
No.
I wouldn't put it past him.
But this is 20th year.
I wouldn't put it past him. He's never went out like this though, Raph, since what? 07? A sweep? I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him.
I don't, but they made
him saying that was shocking.
But Spree, but
call me Spreewell?
No, I'm calling him my boy Spree. That's what I was about to say. But no, here's the thing. Why would he be embarrassed when he got to the Western Conference Finals when no one thought they would get there at all? You know what? They were a playing team. They were a playing team.
Right.
I guarantee you he'd rather get swept in the conference finals. They got put out in the first round 3-2.
I do think it's some embarrassment, though.
I don't think so, especially the fact that you went all out your last game. How was that? Where's the embarrassment?
Him being Braun. I think that's what we're about to get into. Him, MJ has never.
But what does that got to do with MJ? I don't think he.
The greats have never been swept. Yes, I mean, Kobe has. Young Kobe has. Young Kobe.
There's been a lot of greats that's been swept. So, but I'm just saying, it's nothing wrong with being swept when you weren't even supposed to make to the playoffs, and you got to the Western Conference at the 7th seed, Western Conference Finals.
But I think people really stopped thinking like that after round 1. once they beat the Grizzlies, I think we saw how capable, keyword, capable the Lakers were. With AD, the only team with 2 top 10 players, only team. Booker's close, if you want to say the Suns. And I think we saw how capable. So yeah, I think he was embarrassed. Like I went Brandon, you embarrassed.
But why? Let me ask you this: why was he embarrassed when you average what 29 a game
in that series?
Yeah, you were playing.
29 a game that
it was like
series.
29, something like that. 29 a game.
True. I think it was like 21.
No, that was the first round. First round 21, second round 24. I think the last round is 29. But you do that, and I think he averaged 10 assists. So he played his game. Every game he was there. Every game was close, but you get swept by the first round. Bron doesn't follow that. I noticed for a fact because he don't watch. He don't even listen to the announcers when he's watching the game. He doesn't read the papers. He don't listen to the Jordan talk. I mean, everybody says that, but he doesn't listen to that. Like he's mute to.
I agree with Brandon.
No, that's cool, but he's mute to all of that. He don't. Bronny doesn't even.
I agree. I agree that he's mute to it.
So why would he be? But I guess my question is, why would he be?
He's not immune to it. He's mute to it, but he's not immune to it.
But why would he? But why would he be embarrassed from losing? I mean, and if you listen to the press conference, he handled himself well, right?
Yeah, he always does, though. He's not gonna show you.
No, we've seen times when.
No. Did he? Because look, so I want to tell you, my mom actually mentioned this to me the night of the game. She said, I was watching it with her. She said, why he look like that? I don't like sore losers. Why he not trying to shake nobody's hand? I was like, Mom, he did shake their hand. She was like, but he looks real upset. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, no, being upset and being embarrassed is two different things, bro. Who wouldn't be upset when you lose?
In this case, I think it was a little embarrassment, Raph. In front of the Holmes fans, you lose 2 straight like that. They hadn't lost a game at home before that. You know, so come on.
You're pushing because it's people like you and y'all pushing the narrative. Because I don't even think it's that serious, man. I think we want. I think the thing is, I don't, but we as in general, we want him to be embarrassed. We think he should be embarrassed. That don't mean they're embarrassed. I guarantee you, ask any player, they don't worry about being embarrassed. They mad. He was upset, but why? How does upset equate to being embarrassed? He was upset they lost. We've seen LeBron. Look, we've seen LeBron, and then we're gonna move on. But we've seen LeBron be embarrassed depending on his answers. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. Because he did say this when he said he thinks he's, I guess they asked him why wouldn't he retire, and he said he thinks he's better, 90% better, 95% better than all the other players. You ain't have to say that, LeBron. I mean, but I don't know.
But he went into it too. He said 90, maybe 95,
which he wasn't lying. But still.
Oh man,
but it's like, why did you say that, bro? That's going. But here's the thing. So let's go to this. If he's embarrassed, who is he embarrassed by? Why is he embarrassed? Because you think everybody always wants him to fail, right? Who says he should lose, right? Who says he's not good?
Critics
they hate him. He lost, you saw the post going crazy, right? Comparing him to Jordan, everybody's going in. Why do you think so many people hate LeBron? Can I say this? Let me say this.
Yeah.
So early in his career, I didn't like LeBron. I wasn't a LeBron fan. And before he got good, he was LeBron. Like, it wasn't like, oh, that dude, like, yo, he could play, but it was like, yo, he an athlete, more than NBA. You know what I'm saying? He got to work on his game. I was just being a true fan. Then when they start getting good, and I was cool when he was in Cleveland. I didn't care. Not until he got with Miami and he became a rival against the Bulls. He was in the Bulls' way, just in our way. That's when I started, okay, I'm rooting against him. I can't stand because they beat us. So this is my rival. Them years. Then he goes to Cleveland and they stand in our way again. So it was like the first time I rooted for LeBron is when Golden State won 73 games. And I was like, oh, Golden State can't win the championship. And I rooted for the Cavaliers. You know what I'm saying? I was whatever. But that's my truth. But I don't understand why everyone. I'm not gonna say that. I want to know the reasons why. Like everybody that's on here who's watching, can you all say why you hate LeBron if you don't like LeBron? Root, are you that type where you say you don't like LeBron? Are you rooting against him not winning?
No. Right now I am. So I will say this. I'm kind of with you. In Cleveland, I love LeBron. When I was growing up, LeBron. I was a Kobe fan, but I was not a hater to LeBron because I knew LeBron, his ascension. You know what I'm saying? This dude was an animal, especially when he got to Miami. Never hated LeBron. The only time I rooted against LeBron is now when he joined the Lakers. Because I was so much of a Kobe fan, I just felt like LeBron didn't have to. I don't know. I just don't like to see him in that yellow jersey, man. I really don't like to see him, and I don't root for him in the yellow jersey. If he was to leave, let's go, Bron.
Okay.
But I was sporting Cleveland. I was sporting even 2016. Rooting for Cleveland against the Warriors. Always wanted him to beat the Warriors. Always wanted him to succeed in Miami. In his early days, but now I don't like him. He's wearing that yellow jersey. I don't know. I just don't like to see Bron in the Laker uniform. I don't know. It's something,
and that's fine because it seems like it's always. It's a reason why people are saying they don't like him or whatever. And I mean, I get it. And I'm not mad at your reasoning, but I just want to know why. Because I believe you got some people that the hate started. The hate started when he didn't choose everybody else's team.
Exactly. It really started then. More,
because you had a lot of people were excited, or he might come to us.
Who was the biggest villain? All right, so before Bron made the decision, who would you say was the biggest villain? Kobe in the NBA, fan wise, like Kobe. What I'm saying, like Kobe, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like once he made that decision, and then Kobe won that ring that summer, right? Kobe won that year.
People still hated Kobe. People didn't like Kobe. People didn't like Kobe was after he said something about Shaq, and then everybody was like, he trying to be like Jordan, he cocky, this, he that. So you had a lot of that. But I think,
okay,
like I said, LeBron, it started with that. But then it got to the point where people were saying he was flopping. Then he started winning. So, but you had a lot. I think at that time you had a lot of people loving LeBron. Still, like I didn't like LeBron because of, like I said, I was just rooting against him because of that.
A lot of people didn't like the fact he teamed up.
But this is what I'm saying. Brandon says this showed his character. What type of character? I think it was a smart move. I think we just went on. We couldn't understand what he was trying. He was making money. I went to a charity. People don't talk about that. How that went to the money went to a charity, whatever.
It's the decision though, like to join the Heat, like him.
Okay, but I don't
run away from.
But you know what? I used to get on him about that until I realized, and I realized as I still wasn't liking him. He did it because their owner and GM at the time they were like, look.
Dan Gilbert.
Not bringing, Dan Gilbert wasn't bringing any help. You look at his teams was trash back then.
They were. The team was trash. I will. But then remember that summer they tried to get they could have gotten that summer. They could have signed one player.
They weren't trying to.
They weren't trying. Yeah.
That was going to Cleveland too. And they was treating LeBron like a black quarterback. Oh, well, you good enough. You could do everything by yourself. We don't need you. We're not going to give you any receivers. We're not going to. So they were treating him like that, giving him an old Shaq.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, Boobie Gibson. And no disrespect to Boobie if you watch him, but Boobie Gibson, for real, bro.
Mo Will. Yeah.
So when he left, now I thought they should have came to Cleveland, but they weren't doing it. And then as a nice gesture, he did a sign and trade, which a lot of people still don't know that he just didn't sign with them. He made sure he did a sign and trade so Cleveland gets something back. Which was all right, he did that, but a lot of people was upset about that. Then he started winning. Then when he went to Cleveland, I think that's when, like, okay, see, now because then he got Kevin Love, then he got Kyrie.
But it seemed more natural though, because Kyrie was already there.
But he still got Kevin Love at that time.
Kevin Love was a beast.
Power forward in the league. Yeah. So now it's like, all right, here you go again. I was even saying something back then, but then when he won that championship in Cleveland and his greatness, then that's when LeBron fans started going crazy and trying to compare him to Jordan. Then at that point, people hated LeBron fans, but then you I say Jordan fans because a real fan of Jordan they don't care about all that. But your Jordan fans got
Press.
offended. Now they want to go against him and everything. So I understand all that, but then you got people saying he flops. He's drama, like Brandon said, like his character. Um, and hey, like I said, it's on. I'm not judging y'all, but I just want y'all to be truthful. Why y'all don't like him? Let's be real.
I think most of the people who are, what I'm saying, around your age, who are fans of the NBA.
Like, what's that mean, bro? What you trying to say?
No, I'm not. No, I'm just saying who saw Jordan. Basically, just say who saw Jordan play. I didn't see Jordan play. It's not my error. It's your error. So I would say a lot of people in your era, Brandon's era, I know is your era, would say they didn't like him because it's almost like people, like you said, say he's better than Jordan, but I actually saw Jordan and I've seen both. You know what I'm saying? So
You saying, that's why fans
I
of
think a
Jordan
lot of people like Jordan so much that they see somebody trying to attack. You know what I'm saying?
No. I mean, you got some people like that. I wasn't like that. I'm cool with mine.
My dad's like that. I could say my dad is.
I'm almost at the point where I'm doing a lot of consideration because I'm thinking about Kareem. I didn't watch Kareem's game, so it might be a little biased, but I think LeBron James is second best player to ever play the game.
Yeah, no
So,
doubt.
I mean, but like I said, we don't know. It's just a lot of people upset and mad.
Oh, and then speaking of through, I think he said through Maverick, but also that Maverick series, it gave a lot of people ammunition.
Oh yeah, it did. It did.
That series alone. Yeah.
But you know what? Not only that, then he didn't proclaim like self-proclaim himself as the king, but everybody else did it. Everybody else was calling him a king before he even came in. So it was already like, bro, but like,
yeah, remember the video of the Rick? I'm about to say Rick James. It was my boy. Used to play for Boston with the Braves. Used to dunk. Ricky something. Ricky.
Yeah. I can't. Ricky.
Yeah.
God, I can't think of his name. I know.
Boozer, Miles. They had a video. Ricky Davis. They had a video of it's like, who is this kid? This high school kid. Like you seen that video, and they was like, they was doing. Yeah.
Like I said, it's crazy. I mean, the only thing I don't hate, and we can end it right here, is the fact that I don't like to get deep. I mean, because I understand if you're a fan, you're a fan. If you don't like him, you don't like him. I just don't like all of the. At this point in his career, let's stop trying to compare. And he's not better. That's why come on, man. We ain't got time for that.
Nah, at this point, it's no reason.
Like I said, it is a difference.
I don't like him.
You ask him who's the greatest, and Jordan says, I can't say that. You had so many great players that played before I did, and all of that. You ask LeBron's like, yeah, I am the GOAT.
Yeah, I just don't like to see him do better than Kobe in that jersey, man.
Right. Yeah. Vince asks who's your top 5, Brandon. Hey, Vince, Brandon, y'all put in y'all top 5. We'll do that for another show, man. Rue will do our top 5. Rue gonna have like Paul George and all that because he like 15 years old. But all right, man. We're gonna take a quick break.
But he's gonna say Paul Pierce.
I know, right? We're gonna be back, man. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be back to talk NFL. Keep it locked.
What's up, family? I'm Real Mike Rob. Make sure you tuning in to the 3-Point Conversion Radio. They got all of it, and they keep it funky. Let's get it.
Right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And we're getting ready to talk football real quick. Brandon, if you're listening to this podcast, Brandon just put in his top 5. He has Mike, Magic, Kareem, Kobe. I think LeBron goes with Duncan and Bird.
Okay. In that order? I'm guessing it's in that order, right?
Yeah, in that order. Yeah, okay. All right.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that top 5.
All right. So yeah, I haven't either. So the NFL, man, bruh, once again, they find a way to ruin my favorite sport. Um, so at the owners' meeting, they're meeting this week at the owners' meeting, and the owners came up with this proposal, and they decided this is what we're going to do. Even though the players said no, NFLPA said no, the coaches said no, special team coaches said no, and the Water Boy said no. Water Boy said hell no. But still, the owners decide to implement the rule now that just for this 1 year they're going to do a trial basis, but they're saying that they're going to allow the kick returners on the kickoff, whether they're inside the 25 from the end zone to the 25 to fair catch, and then they'll get the ball at the 25-yard line. Bruh. So a lot of people, we put it up as a on our Facebook channel. We put it as an update. A lot of people went in. Some people said that they need to just stop kicking off as a whole. Why kick off? Just look. One dude said they need to just start throwing the ball off. Dude played football back in the day. You throw the ball off instead of kick it. One person said they need to stop. One person said he said they need to just do like we should do and just, hey, we scored, you got to take a walk. Oh man, which is funny. It was real, but man, come on, bro. Like, what you think of this, man? Because I hate it.
Yeah, me too. Kickoffs are part of NFL. But I'm not surprised, Mr. Controversy. I'm against it. I want to keep it how it is. I think, come on, the big play, like, we've seen games change because of a kickoff. And just how good, your boy Hester was. Guy, you get every now and then you get a guy like that who could really dominate and change a game. But I'm not surprised because look at the times we in, man. Player safety. And this is the real reason I think we got this rule is the player safety. In a way, but to eliminate the collision. Because that's one play that you get a lot of them. So I think that's why I'm not surprised, but I wouldn't do it though. If I was the NFL, I mean, I don't like it. So, but I see why they did it. I think that's why they did it.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say. But here's the thing: you're going to take jobs away from kick returners.
Yeah.
If you continue this,
you're right.
You're going to take jobs away from special team coaches. Like at this point, what's the point?
Yep.
For people who block, because now if that's the case, we send anybody out there. We can send our guys out there. All they're going to do is just do a fair catch and get the ball at 25-yard line. What team wouldn't want the ball at 25-yard line?
Anything
I get it when because I already hate the fact that you kick it in the end zone. As soon as it touches the end zone, that's it. There's no knee or anything like that. Now it's just, hey, let's. So I think teams are going to be tempted, even though teams don't like it. They might prove a point and say, you know what, we're not going to do it. We're gonna run the ball anyway. We're going to run it out anyway. If we catch it within the end zone, we taking it. I mean, they might do that, but I don't.
Especially when you got a killer back there.
Oh man, right. And he talking about special teams. Yeah, this is gonna mess up fantasy football. I hear you, Vince. But yeah, like you got special teams that you just taking jobs away from certain players, man. If you continue to do this, you already did it in a sense with letting the ball just touch the end zone. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now with this, you're basically saying we don't need a kick returner. Why would I waste my time on a kick returner? An extra spot. I don't get it. Also, we have to talk about this. So, Lamar Jackson came out and said that in this new offense, who's the offensive coordinator? Is your guy? Go ahead and say it.
Todd Monken from Georgia.
Are you proud of the fact that Todd Monken got a job in the NFL, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. So Todd Monken's offense now under this offense. He says that, look, at this point, we're running the ball less. This is what Lamar Jackson said, and we're throwing it more, of course. And I love it. When you hear that, can you honestly see that happening? And can you see Lamar Jackson being successful in this?
You know what? I could say yes. Last summer for that. I think that's Lamar Jackson's career. Maybe one more summer. I'll say no. It seems different this year because the weapons.
Mhm.
I can believe it. The weapons this year seems a little different. Duvernay, Beckham, our boy out of Boston College, Flowers.
Still got the tight end.
Mark Andrews.
Yep.
It's different this year. And they still got Bateman. It's different this year. So yeah. And I really think Monken, that's what he excels in. As much as Georgia was good in the run game, he made Stetson Bennett look like a trophy case guy, like that guy. And I do think Mr. Bennett's that guy, but come on. Bennett was not a top 10 quarterback in college, top 20 for that 15 for that matter. So I think this is Lamar sees it. And I know he loves it. He knows it's different this year.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you believe that if he does succeed, this will change everybody's view? Because everybody looks at Lamar Jackson as a dynamic player,
Right.
not a dynamic quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think that because of this, now this might propel him to get past the second round and even go to the what is it called? Championship game or even further? Because look, Rue, this will make him more dangerous. This is why I say this, because if you're able to throw the ball, first of all, he's going to have an advantage because you're going to have a spy. So you have that spy now. That's
one less man.
One less man, right? Somebody's going to get open, especially a tight end.
Mm.
But then let's say if he decides to run, nobody's open, or he just decides to run, he see a lane.
He can outrun that spy.
He can outrun the spy. Now your DBs, their backs are against, are facing Lamar, so they don't know what's happening.
Already. I can draw it up myself.
Bro, that's a easy 35-yard run, if not a touchdown, like he's been able to do in the past.
I wonder why. Who's the former coordinator?
Greg Roman.
Greg, I want to say Greg Schiano. Yeah. Why couldn't he figure this out?
Because that's his forte, is running the ball. Everywhere he's went, when he's with, I think he was with Tennessee, when he with the Falcons.
Yeah. He was with the Falcons.
He was with the 49ers, but every team he was with, they were able to run the ball. So that's what he does. It's just like what John Harbaugh at this point, bro. This is not 1987, and I love running the ball. I love running backs. I love running the ball. I love that. But just the simple fact that it's a new year, it's a new day and age. In order to play a Kansas City, I'm not saying you do what they say, and Vince says Nelson Aguilar too. I'm not saying you do what they do. I mean, you try to match them. No,
that's exactly what I was thinking of.
You got to score points. You have to score points. And now with playing against Kansas City, yeah, you run the ball, you take the time off. But you playing against somebody else, you might need to throw the ball, because that's going to open up the running game. It's going to open up lanes for him to run. Could he win the MVP this year?
Yeah, I think he could, because I kind of figured. I didn't know that question was coming, but I figured it was, because I think if Lamar succeeds, it's going to be like a fresh breath of air. Not going to be like a new quarter. I'm not going to say he's a new quarterback, but it's going to be fresh to our memory of how dynamic he is, because we tend to forget. Like, he's been missing.
Real quick, does he throw for over 4,000? I think he does.
I'm gonna say no. Say no.
He threw for 30. Now I like Hollywood. Hollywood's a rookie. Hollywood Brown was a rookie. He threw for 3,600. Was it 3,300 yards? 3,300 yards, something like that, with no weapons except for Andrews. And
it can happen, but
they didn't throw it as much. But
I'm an under type of guy. When you give me a number, I'm usually gonna go under.
But you have Beckham.
Yeah, it can happen.
You have Bateman, you have Duvernay, and you have Zay Flowers with a Mark Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of weapons, bruh.
It is. It is.
That's a lot of weapons. I think he throws over 4,000. Because if he was throwing for 3,000 with nothing, I think if you're throwing more, I mean, they ran the ball 60% of the time. So you're not
So
going to
how
throw for over 30, for over
many attempts you
4,000
think
yards.
he gets off a game
You
on
said what?
average? How many attempts you think he gets off a game on average? 35, 33?
I say 35, 35 and up. If that's what they're saying, they're gonna throw more and run less.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, they still can do 50-50, but they wasn't doing 50-50 before. They were doing maybe 65-35. So, I mean, you could bring in that package if you want, which they probably won't because that was Greg Roman's, that was his package. So, but still, just to see Lamar Jackson in the shotgun 60% of the time, that's scary. That's scary. So I like it, man. I definitely I like the fact they're doing this, and I think that he will be successful, moving forward. And I like that image to change that he can't throw the ball. He's just a runner. I need that to change because we saw it in Randall Cunningham when Randall Cunningham left and went to Minnesota, and you put weapons with him with Randy Moss and
We saw Vic.
you saw Vic do it when he went to Philly. These players can throw, so I like it, bro. I like it. But let's keep it moving, man. I want to move back to the NBA. Your boy Carmelo Anthony said Vic, speaking to 7 or 15. Carmelo Anthony officially retired. First, congrats, Carmelo, to a great career. When you hear the word Carmelo, I don't know if you watched a lot of his games, whatever, but when you hear the word Carmelo, what comes to mind for you? What do you think?
Mid-range ISO God, cool hand, Melo. Yeah, I definitely watched a lot of Melo. LeBron was my era. I was 9 when they got drafted. Watched their whole careers. Yeah, that's what I think when I think of Melo, man. But it's also that the big, the what could have been, because I definitely thought when Melo got drafted, he would at least, win something. I think it's a lot of what ifs to his career at the end of the day, though.
But like what?
Untapped.
What else?
A lot of untapped. I don't want to say untapped potential, but I want to say a lot of things could have went differently.
How? Speak on it.
The Denver team, they just could he have stayed longer? Because we all remember the summer of 2009. He won it out. After the Kobe series where he got swept. What would happen if they stayed together? I'm not saying they would have beaten Kobe the next years, but the West was looking thin at that time, bro. The West was real thin, and I don't know. He went to the East and never got back to that. Never got back to that where he left in Denver. So I definitely think he could have stuck it a little longer, but I don't know. And then I think he was a little stubborn about himself toward the end. He had to accept that role. Like, I ain't the star no more. You know what I'm saying? What did he say? You want me to come off the bench, P? So I think seeing,
that was in Houston, right?
OKC, and just seeing him bounce around like that, man. I didn't seeing that.
I think he got blackballed after that for a minute. I think offense when I think about him. I mean, I think you put as far as offensively, I think he's top 5 when you come to offense. I know he's only top 10 with 10,000, but remember he missed a couple of seasons. But when you look at the way Carmelo played, like you said, you said mid-range, which is crazy. But Carmelo had no weakness in his game.
Yeah, you're right.
He could shoot 3.
Yeah, ridiculous, right?
mid range. He can face you up. His footwork was
Any spot.
impeccable. He
Yeah.
can post you up. He was strong. Melo was that dude.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, what would have happened if he would have stayed in Denver? But I understand there's a lot of stuff went on with George Karl and all
Yeah.
of that, but because they did test Kobe them,
Yeah.
and they were building a team, man.
They were young too. They had some old players, some old pieces.
Right.
Kenyon Martin and AI. Oh, was it? No, it wasn't AI. Yeah, it
No,
was
yeah, I
AI.
wasn't on there. It was Chauncey. It was
Chauncey.
Chauncey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chauncey. Yeah.
But do you think his jersey should be retired?
No. Not in Denver. Not in Denver. Not even with Jokic. With Jokic,
Wait.
Yeah, I said
Brandon,
it. Oh,
no,
wait.
he turned out to have more holes in his game than I imagined. What holes, bruh?
Offensively, I wouldn't say it was holes.
Athleticism.
Well, yeah, he wasn't athletic, but that was his game, though. That was what
Jokic's not athletic.
That's what
that's not a hole.
Though.
But Brandon, you say his quickness. Ask anybody that played against Carmelo. Ask, was he quick? Now, the lack of desire on defense, yeah, I give you that. Okay, so you're just saying as a whole, like I give you that, right? We know that. I mean, he was offense. That's what Melo started playing better defense until he got to Portland. I ain't never seen Melo play like that. So yeah, but Vincent says when I think of Melo, I think about Detroit. Being done skipping past him for Darko. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it's a hub for a small forward. Yeah, I mean, home for a small forward. Right. So this is what I say. Do you say so? You think he shouldn't get his jersey retired?
Nah, not even with Jokic wearing 15.
What about the Knicks?
No. For what? Like he didn't win anything. He didn't even get an MVP. He didn't get did he win a score? No, he won a scoring title in New York, not in Denver. No,
neither. He won in Denver.
No, he didn't win.
He didn't win a scoring title.
Then he win one in New York. I thought he did, like 2013.
No, did he win a scoring title?
I want to say 20. No, that was KD. I think he won one with the Knicks. What he averaged like 30.
Help us out, chat room. I don't know, but all I know is, I mean, who else? Now you got to give it to Pat because Pat stayed there the whole time.
Right, and that's the thing. You got to stay there. He only stayed in Denver for 7 seasons, and he had 12,000 points. Jokic, I saw because I had a discussion about this with somebody. Jokic already almost has more points than him. It's like 500 less points in the same amount of time, and don't even talk about rebounds and assists.
I doubt that.
No, Jokic has like 11,000 points. I'm talking about in Denver for
Jokic
Denver.
What, 7 seasons?
Yeah, Jokic is no. Jokic has played like 8 or 9. Jokic came in like 2014, right?
You better make me fact check that. But I think Melo should
not 7. It's like 8 or 9.
I think Melo should still though.
Get it retired.
The only reason why he's not getting retired, you know why? Because
the lack of time.
No, because Joker wearing number 15.
Nah, I don't.
If Joker wasn't wearing 15, you got to. I would retire Melo's.
But look at the team didn't win anything. That's all off individual. Then it has to be all off the individual because he didn't even. I mean, it's just all stars.
I mean, but it's a lot of people that got their jersey retired and didn't win anything. You didn't win anything.
But also look at the time spent. That would be one of the less time spent. That would be 7 seasons. I can't think of any, but Dominique spent what?
Who just recently got their jersey retired somewhere, and it was like, huh? It was somebody else in the NBA.
Oh no, it was no. Shaq was getting his jersey retired everywhere, bro.
Like, come on, man.
It might have been Shaq, but I don't know. No, you're right. But Shaq was getting his jersey retired everywhere. I think somebody else retired Shaq. No, somebody did get their jersey retired. It was like, huh? I don't know. But I think when you get your jersey retired, like you have to be like a Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is a perfect example. He didn't win. Oh, well, they did win one. But the time spent, I think
right. He's got 12,000 points. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. As a Denver career, I think Melo did. I compared the stats.
That's Joker.
Yeah. Oh, that's Joker. Yeah, 12,000. You saying that's a lot or no?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think he had that many points.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo had
Like 12,000 something for a Denver career. It's like the same.
he had
Um,
let me see.
but look at what Jokic has though. The two MVPs.
No, yeah. My bad. You tripping. Yeah, Carmelo had 28,289. That's why I was like, bro, you
For a
tripping.
career. I'm talking about for a Denver
Oh, for
career.
Denver, 13
Yeah.
9. Okay, 13,970. Right.
Okay, yeah, for a Denver career. Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm only thinking about Denver when it comes. I don't think New York's gonna retire
And
his
he
jersey.
was in 2013 scoring champ.
Yeah.
So, but you just got to give it to him, man.
I don't know, man. It's a mixed bag.
But it's hard because
you
you got 15. You can't.
That's a great question, though, man.
So how would you do it? I don't know. Either or, we say congrats to Melo. It was a pleasure covering him. He was real cool. I got to cover him later on in his career. So, but he was real cool, always cool with me, always answer questions, laugh. He would joke with me, whatever. Like he was real cool. You know what I'm saying? Took forever to come out to come in and talk to us, but he was like a real good guy. You know, most of the guys do that from the NBA, like late on the year, they enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're not as great as they were. Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
Quick question. I don't think nobody's asked this question. You know, the guru just comes up with this stuff. Is he the best Jordan Brand athlete of all time?
Oof.
I mean, you got CP3, you got Chris Paul, you got
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade, you got on the rise, you got Tatum and Zion. Who else? He might, yeah.
Ray Allen was on the Jordan.
Ray Allen, yeah.
Oh,
I forgot who else. Jamal Crawford was.
Dwayne Wade has got to be better as far as he played defense and he won 2 chips. 3 chips, but he won 1 chip by himself. But he won 3 chips. But Dwayne Wade had a squad. He had better help than Melo. But offensively, I told you he's top 5 offensively. I think. Or you got Jeter too. You got Jeter. Look at this. Brandon says you can put his name up by the box suites.
Jeter for sure.
Oh man. Vincent says Paul Gasol got his leg.
Oh, that's who it was. I think that's who it was.
He played like
4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah.
That's who it was. No, man, come on, man. They giving out jersey retirement. No, are you serious, Vincent? No,
yeah, he just got it. He just got it not too long ago. Yeah, this year.
Who was then?
It was this year. Yep. Paul got his.
They'll probably give him a statue too, man.
Yeah, Paul got his. Yep. So, but all right, man. Congrats to Melo. You know, like I said, it was a stellar career. Top 5. I believe he's top 5 offensively when it comes to that. Don't think it's too many. You know, think of KD, Jordan, and there's a lot of them. But I think of them 3 right there. Like his offensive repertoire was no weakness in his offensive game. So, but all right, man. We salute to Carmelo. We're gonna take a quick break, man. Hey, we got to stop it for y'all. I got a good stop it. Y'all don't want to miss this. Brandon says Paul deserved that. He was key to the second Kobe wave.
Lamar Odom was, in my opinion.
He was key to it, but I guess if you get chips, you should get your name. You should get jersey retired. Huh?
Not next to Kobe.
Why not?
I don't know, man. I got my debates about Paul Gasol, bro. Like, that's one of the ones. I really feel like he's one of the most over. It's a whole nother show, bro. It's a whole nother show.
But you saw this question? Do you think Keon is going to be better than his dad?
If he plays defense? No. That's too much. No. But they say that boy is pretty good, though, man.
Is it Keon or Kion? Is it
Kion?
Kion. That's right, Kion. I was about to say, I know I'm saying it wrong. Kion, yeah. Yeah, you're right. All right, man. We're gonna take a quick break, bro. We'll be right. We'll be right back.
What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy Kiss. Right now, you checking out the 3-point conversion.
All right, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. Okay, bro. It is time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it. We're going to do something different, Rue, because I got a good one. I'm going to let you go first.
Okay.
What is your Stop It? Chat room, if I got to stop it, let us know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I went first because we were just talking about it. Another Jordan athlete makes my Stop It this week. I forgot this kid was a Jordan athlete. So being a Jordan athlete, you would think, this guy's got a little bit of fashion sense. I'm actually talking about the Slam cover of the year guy or player of the year. Paolo Banchero. He makes my Stop It this week for this outfit he wore on a slam. And this really goes to Paulo. It goes to his agent, goes to his family members, his close buddies, Slam president, Slam executive, whoever dressed my boy for the Slam cover and thought this.
You should have sent it. I asked you to send it to me.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to send you
Nah. Whoa.
No, that's your latest Slam cover edition, people. The Genco jeans. Oh, yeah. I guess this was a style back in the 90s or something, Ralph.
No.
They was like this was
in the 90s. No, that wasn't 90s, bro. We weren't wearing that.
I'm like, that's what people kept saying. This was
like he got
when he was born. Like he still was born in 2003, like 2004.
It looked like two skirts he has on.
And also, this is man law. As an athlete, you never wear your jersey. Stop it. You never wear your jersey.
Oh, yeah, you don't wear your jersey, then you don't wear it tucked in either.
Come on, man. It's all kind of Stop It's here with the Oakley shades.
You can't wear your jersey if you take a commercial. You got people taking commercials. You can't
wear your jersey. Not even to the photo shoot. No.
They did it back then.
I just think no. I just think that's kind of I'm leaving that alone, bro. Now he gets my Stop It this week when I saw that. The suburban kids.
Yeah, they did. The suburban kids wore that.
They call them Zico, yeah.
My Stop It goes to the one, the only Guru.
No.
Brandon, Vince, America. If y'all listen to the podcast, whatever. Rue said last night, and I quote, we were talking about the Boston Celtics, and he believes he's going to get into that. Boston Celtics can win. He thinks the Boston Celtics will come back and beat Miami, right? So I'm like, I don't know. He's like, they can. So he was like, bro, you sleeping on them. I'm like, stop it. I'm like, he said,
and I said, "What Boston?"
He said Boston decided to stop sleeping tonight. So I came back. Stop it. Miami's always been in control. Bruce said the Boston Celtics, they have had the control to take the series over, even with the loss in game 1, 2, and 3. Stop it, bro. How has Celtics had control when the Celtics in game 1 they didn't go up until the third quarter for maybe like 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. Then Miami came back and won, but they were down the whole game. Game 2, I think they were up in the fourth quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, and Miami came back to win it, right?
Right, the third quarter.
They got back up in the third or fourth quarter in this game 2. But Miami controlled that game. Game 3, they lost by 29, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world were they in? How in the world was Boston in control of game 3 and they were down by 29 and they lost?
You kind of took what I said out of context. So when I say in control, I basically mean when they decide to stop playing around, like they hold the gun. Boston always held the gun. Game 1 held the gun. Game 2 held the gun. Even game 3, because I think they're the better team. They held the gun. So when they decide to shoot,
They can't. I don't
You
think
get
they're
it
the
up.
better team. I think they're the most talented team. They're not the better team. It's proven the better team right
I
now.
think Boston is the better team. Really think
You
Boston
can't
is.
be the better team if you're down 3-1, Rue.
You can. It is to be seen because they're not going to be down 3-1, Raph. They're winning this series, Raph.
All right.
History is being made. And we'll get to that later.
We're
But
gonna
what
get
I-
into that later, but you getting to stop it.
in
Stop it.
control- All right.
Come
all
on,
right.
they in control, whatever. But if you meant that, maybe but still, it read, and he sent it through a text. They have been in control in game 1, 2, and 3.
Nah, I was probably, I must have been watching different series though. No, they haven't been in control of the games, but yeah.
I don't know what you was watching. But anyway, but all right, man. We're gonna take a quick break, bro. You was bugging.
Last year,
We're gonna take a quick break, bro. We're gonna be right back. And we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. What up, Juan? Juan said Miami isn't losing 4 in a row. I definitely can't see that. I definitely can't see that. Vince said with the fashion sure has changed. Right. Right. So, man, let's get to this NBA, man. First off, we talk about the Lakers getting swept, right, by Denver. Now, Lakers was in every game. Matter of fact, the first 2 games, Lakers was the first game I think they came back. They were losing. They came back almost because they were down by a lot, but they came back and almost controlled that game. Second game, they had a game won the entire. They were in the lead the entire game until late in the fourth. So yeah, I agree that Lakers had control of that game, but they lost. Rue, do you think that the Lakers, depending on if LeBron comes back, should they blow it up or should they make these trades, let go of some people, go for Kyrie or whatever, or should they keep the same team they had?
you gotta get Kyrie if you can. You have to.
Well, even if one, oh, let me ask you a better question. Could they win with the team they had? They made a deep run. And
Yeah.
played.
I'll say yeah. It's just some things have to change. Some players have to step up. Some players have to be consistent. Some players have to give you what you know they can give. What you know they can give you. So I would say yeah, this team, yeah.
This is Vince talking about that. When you said Boston control the game. Vince says turn Rue's mic off, y'all. So like if you're listening, that's why we're laughing. But it's funny because this team wasn't together that long, right? But then you saw them making strides in the playoffs. You saw them starting to adapt to the coach Darvin Ham. I don't know if they can win it with the squad they had because D'Lo, he was disappearing.
That's mainly.
I've never been a fan of D'Lo. I just thought he's just all right. I've never been a fan of his. He's hot and cold. He's always been hot and cold his whole career.
I think he's better when he's the main guy.
He's better when he just looks good when he shoots. Like it looks good. Like he one of the players that when he coming down the court and he dribbling, he shoot, even though he misses, you be like, that dude cold. You know what I'm saying? Just because of form, or you ain't never seen him play, or he could play, but he's really not that good. That's just my opinion. But I like Austin Reeves. Hachimura was great for them. We didn't get to see Mo Bamba play. He was hurt.
We didn't see the Tristan adjustment till it was damn near too late.
Yep, right. So I don't know if they can win it by themselves. I think they keep majority of their team. And like you said, of course, if you get a Kyrie, you can do it. I agree. Juan says LeBron's age really showed itself in this year's playoff. It did, but that was another thing, Root. I don't understand why they let him play the whole game like that. Most of the game, I understand you trying to win, but when they were up by 12, 13, rest them like within the 4-minute mark of the first half or whatever. Or
is that the embarrassment?
No, see,
that's the embarrassment. LeBron checking out the game. 5 minutes left in the Western Conference Finals game because they getting blown out. Is that I don't know. I think that all coincides.
When were they getting blown out?
No, you said when they were down 15.
No, I said when they were up 15.
They
were
yeah.
down at all 15.
Oh, no. I was like,
they were up the whole game until it came down to the end of the game.
Yeah, I thought you put a point together.
No. I was just saying why. I was just saying why would you rest? Because he played the whole first half, played the rest of the third quarter, and then I think they rest him a little bit in the fourth, whatever. Like he only had like a minute or two of rest, if that.
Yeah.
He was 36, 37 years old. Why are you playing him the entire game? And like to Juan's point, I mean, you saw him at that point, he was tired. It makes sense. Like I thought that was a bad decision on that part. But again, we see Joe Mazzulla, he's making mistakes or not looking as good, whatever, but he's a rookie head coach. Never been to the States. He's in the conference finals rookie year. Same thing with Darvin Ham. So I get it, But let's move to the Celtics series, though. Do you think that Tatum's stock is dropping right now?
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, it is because it's not rising. So if it's not rising, and then I think it's not staying the same. So yeah, it's dropping. Yeah, I'll answer your question. It is, but he has time to. It's not over. Series is not over, and he's 3 games away from having it go all the way back up. And I'm buying into that stock right now.
With Tatum.
Yeah, it's a good time to buy. Buy high. I mean, buy low, and we're gonna sell high.
Well, I think that his stock is starting to drop. I mean, it's too much flip flopping. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough consistency, especially when you're you were fourth in MVP voting this year or something like that, and we look at you as top 5 player in the league right now. After what you did last year, which I know he was hurt, but the perception is you just checked out. So you can't come back this year in the Eastern Conference Finals. You don't play well. I mean, you can have a bad game, but dude, of course, everybody saw when he made the field goal last night in the fourth quarter, his first field goal in the fourth quarter, that was his first fourth quarter field goal
in the series,
in the whole series.
That don't make sense.
You can't be great. You can't be a great player with that statistic.
Damn near point shaping, bro.
What is that? So I think it's dropping. The only good thing is Brown is not playing well either. I think he's still bothered by his hand, but that's the only thing that might save him. But you can't rule. We know there's no way you can be great and only have one and then score in the fourth quarter or have a field goal in the first 3 games of the fourth quarter.
No, yeah. That's inexcusable.
So will it take him to get this win and then this run of wins to get to the finals. Well, it's going to take him, but do you think he can do it? Do you think Boston can do it? And what do they need to do?
I think they can do it. They need to defend the paint like they did last night. But it's more so on what I think the Heat is not going to do. I don't think the Heat are going to shoot like the 2015 Warriors anymore. I don't think Gabe Vincent's just pulling that trigger and it's going in. And the Heat, I don't want to call it a facade. It's not a facade. But it's a reason that they were the 8. Are they're the 8 seed? It is a reason. It is, and I think they're gonna come back to regression. I really think so. And the pressure, it's all about momentum. The Celtics getting that win tomorrow. They're going to win tomorrow. So, like I said,
tell me why? What you are you saying?
The role players are about to step up. That's all they need is a hit of that confidence. Grant Williams, we saw it last night. He had the shot going. Horford had it going. He really was the key to me. And them even because they were down 6 at halftime, and it was only still a close game because I think of what Horford was doing. Brogdon's still struggling, but Derek White being aggressive. And look, they got that win by 17, and Jaylen Brown wasn't even having I think he finished with 15. Like, so we didn't even see him close to what we thought he can do. But I think it starts on defense, and they weren't allowing anything in that paint. And the Heat, they got cold from the 3. They got real cold from the 3. And I don't think that's. I just don't think the Heat's gonna keep it up. That's why I say it's more so what the Heat is going to fail to do than what Boston.
But see, that's why I think that Miami's going to win, and Miami has a chance to win.
Oh, and Kevin Love stopped. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Love came back to earth early.
But Miami had 17 turnovers. That doesn't happen. That hadn't happened in the playoffs. That's why they lost. Because Boston, now Tatum might not have shot. Tatum had games where he shot well, then the fourth quarter he disappeared, but it was the turnovers. Them turnovers really led Boston to take that big lead. Boston came back, it would have been close. But here's the thing. When it comes to the end, when it comes close crunch time, do you really trust Boston over Miami? Because Miami has shown all through the playoffs, when it comes to crunch time, they've been the best team.
We didn't see it yesterday, though. Jimmy missed like 6 buckets in the fourth.
That's what I'm saying. It was like an anomaly. We didn't see that.
But I still trust Boston.
He missed like 6 trips last night. Like, he was close and missing them.
I trust Boston every way. I know it sounds crazy because they're down 3-1, but I trust Boston every facet of the game. The rebounding we saw yesterday too. They beat them rebounding game 3. I think they beat them by 20 in the rebound category, and they killed them yesterday. And to me, what won the game, the Heat didn't make their threes. Boston did. So I think that's just plain and simple. Because the Heat was chucking it like they just knew they was going to go in like the previous games, and it wasn't.
Right. I think they go back to the game. Bam wasn't aggressive.
Yeah, what did he finish with? Like 12?
It was horrible.
Or 14, one of them. He didn't have much. Because the only players in double digits was Bam, what's his name, man? The dude who ain't going to, Caleb Martin and Jimmy.
And dude who's not gonna what?
Caleb Martin, dude who ain't finna keep doing that, man.
Bro, he's been doing it all playoffs. What are you talking? That's what I understand.
It ain't finna fly. It ain't finna happen.
You know what? You know what it is, ladies and gentlemen?
That's on Missoula.
No, you know what it is, ladies? No, it's not on Missoula.
It's on Missoula to stop that from happening.
He's hitting contested.
Why is Caleb Martin doing this to you?
Because he's hitting contested threes. He's driving. It's not like so if that's the case, if you say that, so you think they're going to double Caleb. If you're doubling Caleb Martin.
But Caleb has the swagger of their main scorer, and that should not be the case right now.
But if you stop that, how will you stop that? In order for you to stop that, that means you have to double team. You have to put in a plan to get the ball in his hands. So if you
in on a matchup,
bro, they put Jalen. You got your best players on him.
Let Jimmy beat you. That's all you got. Let Jimmy beat you because it's not gonna happen. And we saw that a little bit last night. Jimmy had 29. They still lost.
But Rue,
And that was the first.
Rue, he didn't shoot well. He missed shots.
He didn't,
But they had 17 turnovers. It wasn't because they had 17 turnovers. Bam wasn't aggressive. Bam only had 7 shots in the game. Only 7 shots. When we seen him win, what has Bam done? I'm just saying. So what I've gathered is, first of all, Boston played desperate, which they should have played desperate. Like Lakers, in a sense, played desperate. I think Denver was more composed than Miami was. I think Denver was like, no, because they were down. Like, we got to win this. We don't trust. Miami was okay. We winning, whatever. But I think, like, when you saw Jimmy's face and the bench when they were losing, when they took the starters out the game, if you notice, they were looking like Shannon Hill, like, okay, y'all got this. Mm-hmm. We good. We're coming back. Like, all right, y'all think y'all got it now? Wait till we get back to Boston.
At what point do they start to sweat, though?
I think they start to sweat if
Boston wins tomorrow, and now the pressure's on the Heat to close it.
Maybe, because you go back home, maybe you start to sweat a little bit. But one thing
I saw them look like that, though. They look comfortable.
Yeah, they look comfortable, and that's the thing. But Miami never plays comfortable, right? So going back to Boston, TD Garden, Miami plays. They don't play comfortable. They play with a sense of urgency. Just like Nicola said. Nicola said we had to play with a sense of urgency. So Miami plays like that. No turnovers. Play their game. No one has stopped them yet. No one. So, and again, Boston was just playing. They were just, they were playing with a sense of urgency. They were playing a sense of desperation. You have to play like that when you're down 3-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I've seen it many times. I've seen Miami. I mean, it's different teams, different players. So I guess I shouldn't compare that. But I'm just saying, I've seen where 3-0 and the team wins. The next thing you know, Game 5, they lose. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's not a sense of desperation like it was Game 4. They played out of embarrassment. Oh, we're not losing this game. When you start saying stuff, don't let us win Game 4. When you start saying don't let us win, instead of saying, oh, we're gonna win Game 4, don't let us win Game 4.
I think Jaylen Brown said that.
Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart said it. So I think they didn't want to get embarrassed. We had to save face. But can they do that again the next game? And possibly so, but I don't think Miami comes out as flat on the second half as flat, and I don't think they have 17 turnovers. They play their game. So you got Boston. You have Boston winning, coming back to win the series.
Yeah, I do. I got them winning tomorrow, and I got them winning in back in Miami.
So you're saying this.
I'll take it one game at a time, though, because I know that sounds ridiculous.
Because you're saying that, and you're saying it because
it's gonna sound ridiculous until Saturday night.
Wait, you're saying it's because your prediction was Boston was going to win. So now you have to.
I still had them winning it.
You ain't got to stick with
the win yesterday. After the win yesterday,
it's okay to be wrong.
I'm not though. I'm gonna tell you why. Tomorrow they're winning, Ralph. Chuck said it last night. Don't even watch the game. They're gonna watch the game, but they're gonna win tomorrow.
And so if you want to say that, Kenny said this too, and Shaq. It's different when you won. Now you go back home and they patting you on the back. And
no, they're not patting you on the back. They waiting on you to lose, and that's why I think.
No, Boston was patting them. No, I'm talking about going home. Your family and friends and family.
No, man. No, it's still they can't pat you on the back because all you didn't do is go out there and mess up, and them same people.
Exactly. You go home. You wiping your beard. You're right. You're not a hostile environment. You're right. That's what I'm saying. I
just want to ask you this: if it goes to Game 7, so let's say Boston does win tomorrow. Let's say they do win a close game in Miami. You jumping on this train, or you? No, you just don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening. No, Miami's the better team right now. Miami's the better team. Boston the most talented. Miami's the better team. They play as a team. No stars. No. It's we all do what we do. And if the only way Boston wins, and I'll leave it like this: only way Boston wins, right? Ab says Miami lost. Miami was lax. The only way Boston wins, and then we got to go, is if it's a blowout. If it's not a blowout,
they don't win close playoff games at home.
Who Boston?
Nah.
And Miami usually does. So that's my point. Boston has to blow them out every game.
But we know
Tatum. Boston has to blow them out every game. So I don't think it's gonna happen. But look, we got to take a quick break, man. We got more sports ahead of us. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere, y'all.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, and we have family in the building. We got none other than Dr. Fowler, Donnie Fowler III, orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta. What's going on, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
How's it going?
We are good. We are good.
I was gonna say my prediction of Celtics and 6 is looking pretty good right now. So,
Doc, are you still on the train with the Celtics though, or have you jumped off?
I haven't jumped off. They still got a lot to prove, but I think kind of like you guys were saying, if they manage to pull out Game 5 at home, that really kind of flips the script and puts a lot of pressure on Miami going back on Game 6. So I feel actually pretty good if they win Game 5. But again, they got a lot of work to do, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Who's
just trying to stay in face. That's why
it's pretty good. I'm with you.
Ruth said Boston in 5, so it's that's why I said get off the train, bro. You okay. So it's okay to be. I mean,
because it's gonna feel so much sweeter when they do it. We're gonna be able to say we said that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't jump off the train. We'll be a part of history, Doc.
Right. You didn't jump off the train with the Knicks either. But anyway, all right. So all right, Doc. So we gotta move to it, man. So speaking of that series, we've been talking about Tyler Hero all the time. You said it's a possibility he could play at some point in the finals, but now he's been cleared for basketball activities. How close is he to coming back to play? Like if so happen it goes 7 or something, I mean, or 6. When can we see Hero come in?
Yeah, I mean, obviously positive news, cleared for basketball activity. I mean, I think it's kind of hard to say what that really means then going forward. Certainly it depends on how he's doing on the court, comfort handling the ball, shooting, etc. I feel like it could be as soon as maybe like a week or so from now. Where that sets him up, depending on how this thing stretches out with Boston, is another story. Obviously, we're not going to see him tomorrow night. I doubt you would see him in Game 6. I guess maybe there is a chance he could be back for pivotal game 7 if needed. But I think their preference would be to hopefully keep him, rehabbing, not necessarily risk exacerbating things if they can close out Boston and then maybe have him ready come the NBA Finals. I think some people also would just like to see him in a uniform compared to some of the outfits he's been wearing on the sidelines too. If you guys have seen that, no disrespect.
Our topic every week for those outfits.
Oh man. Go ahead, Rue.
Yes, sticking with Miami. Should there be any concern, Doc, with the Heat's guard Gabe Vincent after we saw him roll his ankle in Game 4 last night?
Yeah, I mean, ankle injuries are tough, especially when you got to come right back. I mean, it sounds like they've listed him as questionable. They're not going to make a determination until tomorrow, just based on how much swelling he has, how well he's moving around. Obviously, it'd be a big blow. He's given them good minutes and a lot of production, and they're thin on guards, especially with Hero out, obviously, all this time too. So I think they'll do everything possible to get him out there. But again, they got to make sure he's moving well. If for some reason he doesn't play, I would envision him back by Game 6 in Miami. But I'd stay tuned. I think there's certainly a chance he could be out there tomorrow night.
All right. And once again, we're here live with Dr. Fowler, Donnie Fowler, the third orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta. If you're listening, it's a podcast. So we have Aaron Rodgers, which I'm really not. It's not as bad now. Ain't no green, but it's whatever. I still don't like him, but either or. He because usually I'd be like yes, but he actually tweaked his calf today, just running. I guess his old age. And the funny thing was, this is the report. It says it was pre-practice conditioning. That sounds like old age, but either or. He's saying that he thinks it's minor. There's no issue, but we don't know. I'm asking you, how concerned should we be?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is coming from the expert on calf injuries, so I know you can speak from personal experience and the trials and tribulations trying to come back from such a devastating injury. But no, I mean, in all seriousness, I don't think it's anything to panic about since it's May 24th and we got over 3 months until the start of the NFL season. I watched some of the video. It does look like he's limping a little bit. I wouldn't say crazy amount. It doesn't seem like the trainers are, paying too much attention to him. So again, I think it's minimal and he has plenty of time for them to shut him down and just be smart about it, give it a couple weeks and make sure it doesn't become something more. I'd be more worried about it if this was something like mid-season that you're trying to get him out there like the following Sunday, and then he makes it worse and it persists. So I think they got plenty of time to knock it out, but certainly as quarterbacks get older, you are more prone to injuries just like anyone else. So I think it bears watching. But I think Aaron Rodgers, I don't think anybody would, whether you like him or not, especially from a Bears fan, I'd say most people would say he's pretty tough and has played through a lot of injuries over the years. So he's not someone that I really worry about in that regard long term.
Yep, Doc. So Dodgers pitcher Dustin May has been moved to the 60-day IL, which is being described as an injury called to his flexor pronator strain, if I pronounce that right, in his right elbow. Can you describe this type of injury? In the flexor pronator strain. How do I say it, Doc?
It's close. Flexor pronator strain. Pronation. I'll try to put my hand where we. This is messed up where you see it, but pronation is where you spin and go downward like that. Sorry, I know I'm very close to the screen. So that's pronation, where you flip your hand palm down. So the short version is, this is kind of a big deal. It's not the Tommy John ligament, the ulnar collateral ligament, but the flexor pronator is that basically group of muscles or tendons that run right over the Tommy John ligament on the inner part of your elbow and kind of protect that area. So there's a lot of relation between people having flexor pronator muscle tendon injuries in that area and then having still subsequent Tommy John, ulnar collateral ligament issues as a result. And he's already had Tommy John surgery a couple years ago in 2021, which he's coming back from. So flexor pronator strains alone in someone who hasn't had Tommy John surgery are a big deal for a pitcher, but in someone who's already had Tommy John surgery on that elbow, and now you're talking about muscle and tendon injuries in that same area right over top the ligament, even though they're saying, oh, it's not Tommy John surgery, the fact they've already moved him to the 60-day DL, and he's certainly not going to come right back at 60 days, I think is a little bit of a red flag that this could be a bigger story, and I'm very curious to see how things play out. It sounds like they did do a biologic PRP type growth factor injection in his elbow to try to facilitate some healing, and then they'll shut him down completely for a couple weeks and then slowly start working back, motion strengthening, and eventually throwing. But it's really not a good sign at this early in the season, again, given his history.
Doc, I just want to ask you one question. You are a big sports fan, right? Huge sports fan, correct?
Yeah, if you ask my wife, too much of a sports fan. So I think she might eventually divorce me if I keep spending as much time on sports as I do, but so far I've survived.
Yes, love that. Yeah, keep it up. That's
You got that season coming up, Doc.
Right, yeah. I know, right? Well, my question is, are you more knowledgeable in sports or in your profession? Because the way you just went over that, like it was.
No, I was thinking nothing. The same thing.
He was like, yeah, because this is a provenance muscle, the little muscle under the topical sockets, and it was like nothing. And we was like, huh? Like it was just. That's just amazing to me how you know all that stuff like that. Like,
I will say, I don't know. I know a lot about sports, and I'd like to think I know about a lot about medicine or orthopedic surgery, and I know pretty much diddly squat about anything else outside of those two things because I spend so much time on those two passions that it doesn't leave a lot of room for other things. So. I'd put the two things pretty close, but if you ask me anything outside of that, whether it's politics, current events, you name it, I'm lost.
The question is Mrs. Fowler, is she watching right now?
Nah, she's okay. Upstairs hanging out.
So this is what we say. Everybody who listens, I've said it so many times on the show. I don't know if you've been on the show when I've talked about this. Doc, just give you a little insight. This is what you do. You know, married for a minute. So since they don't, does she know anything about sports?
She knows more than I'd say most girls. I mean, she went to Alabama, so big football school, and she pays attention.
So she knows when sports are done, like when season's over with, basketball season and all of that.
She knows. Her favorite is NFL fantasy football when that rolls around. Okay, sarcasm, but
it's not going.
Never mind, it's not gonna work, Doc. Because I was gonna say what you do is you just because baseball's coming out. I know you're not gonna watch every baseball game, and I hate to say this, but it's not a lot of WNBA games that happen back to back like we watch. But all you gotta say is around after the NBA season, you know what, baby? Just to let you know how much I love you, I'm gonna just stop watching sports. I'm not even gonna watch sports for this time, Ben. Just to let you know, you can't do that because she kind of know. But if for women that don't know, if you married, tell your wives that. They'll think you're the greatest husband. My husband he took off 2 months just for me. So he gonna take it.
I like it. I don't think it'll work. But not on her. I'm not saying it won't work on other people. But.
It don't work for me anymore, but it wouldn't work for me.
I watch too much baseball for that to work.
All right, Doc. We appreciate you coming on, man. Appreciate you. Have a great, wonderful week.
Appreciate it, Doc.
See you next week.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right. You know what? We're gonna take a quick break, man. Let's take a quick break, and we got a message from Mr. K Boogie. Need to hear it. All right, we'll be right back.
Yo, what's good, everybody? This is K Boogie here with your food for positive thoughts on the 3-point conversion with our boy, Mr. Controversy. Happiness is our choice. That's right. Happiness is our choice. You may say, yo, I'm married. My wife should make me happy. My husband should make me happy. It's not their responsibility to make you happy. It's your responsibility. Happiness is your choice. What you decide to do to make yourself happy is up to you. It's not up to your spouse. It's not up to your boyfriend or your girlfriend. It's not up to anyone else but you. So if you're not happy, that's your fault. If you're sitting there wallowing in unhappiness, that's your fault because you're not doing the necessary things to make yourself happy. So what makes you happy? Is it eating ice cream? Is it taking walks? Is it traveling? What is it that makes you happy? Look at those things and make the choice to make you happy. Because guess what? Like I said in the beginning, it's your responsibility. Remember, you're equipped, so you can do this. You can make that choice to make you happy and decide to make you happy. Yo, have a great one. I'll see you next week. Peace.
All right. Appreciate that, K Boogie. And we know it makes Rue happy. MLB. He just talked about it.
Besides ice cream.
Hey, you ever had Jenny's ice cream?
Oh man, come on, bro. I was just telling somebody about Jenny's. Jenny's off the chain.
I had it 2 weeks ago for the first time, bro.
Which one? The battery? Which one you went to?
I went to I swear I should have went to the battery. I didn't think about that.
They got one there, yo.
Yeah, I went to
off the chain, bro.
I went to Howell Mill, but either or.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's one on Howell Mill? Oh, that's a whole nother topic. Yeah.
Right by you. Yeah, it's right by you. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Howell Mill, but I went there 3 times in a row after that. I mean, 3 times in 1 week I had Jenny's. You know, so I'm just letting you know.
The waffle bowl?
Yeah, of course. I had a bowl, I had a cone.
Okay, I get all right.
I was killing that, but yeah.
Yeah.
But, man. But anyway, man, speaking of baseball, we were talking. I want to talk as far as the.
You weren't wrong.
What?
Comment Stanley left. He said he picked Boston in 7. I was wrong. He said you weren't wrong. No, but go ahead. We off that.
All right, man. So we're gonna start with the standings, man. We're gonna go to AL East. Whew.
It's heating up.
Tampa Bay.
Man.
They didn't lost their last
I think they 4 out of the last 10.
4 out of 10, last 10.
But that loss last night, though, bro. I don't know if you saw the score. That was like 5 losses in 1.
What was the score?
They lost to the Blue Jays by 19 runs, 20-1.
Wow.
Yeah, they on the downhill. Their stock is dropping.
Well, they're 36-15 right now, and then you have the Orioles are 2 games back. They're actually 3 games back. I'm sorry. They're 31-17, and you have the Yankees at 30-20. And then Boston 26-23 and 26-24 Blue Jays. But man, do you think Baltimore is going to overtake them, or do you think the Yankees going to overtake them?
You know, the way it's looking in Baltimore is real this year. They're in a series with the Yankees right now. But Baltimore is a pretty good team. In a month or so, I would not be surprised if we see a different leader in the AL East. Because Rays started off super hot, but we all know baseball is 162 games, a lot of ebb and flows. So right. I wouldn't be surprised, man. And that whole division is good, though.
And they could be going through that little spell where they jump back in it, you know. So
yeah, and to look at Toronto in this division, 5th, and they're better. They're better than, to me, 75% of MLB. So
right, and what's the name's been out? I think for a game or 2. Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
So, all right, then we got the AL Central up next, and
wake me up, man.
We got the AL Central, and And Minnesota right now, they're 26-24. They have a 3-game lead on the Tigers, Detroit Tigers. They're 21-25, and it's just we ain't even gonna waste our time with that. But with the AL West, we have Texas, man. They're still hanging around, man. They're 31-18. They've won 7 out of the last 10 games. Looking good. Houston, they're 3 games back. They won 8 out of their last 10 games, and they're 28-21. Hey, the Angels, they still sticking. By this time, they had plummeted like last year, but they're still staying around, man. They're 4.5 games back. They're 27-23, and they're 6-4. They won 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Then Seattle's 24-24. So, who do you like in this? Do you like Texas still over Houston, or you think Houston's going to come and make this run?
I think Houston will make the run. I think their experience take over, especially around August, September. But Texas they're pretty good. I just wonder, can they keep it up?
Do you believe that? Yeah, I was going to ask that. So you don't know if they can keep it up?
Man, that division's tough. This division reminds me of the AL East in a way, because the Angels have potential to do damage too, like Shohei, Trout, and so does Seattle. Seattle was a playoff team last year, and they're in 4th place.
Right.
And they're even like on the year right now, 500, right at 500. And I think that's a team who could spark up later in the summer months. Is the Mariners. So we could see this division, but the top dog to me is the Astros. But we could see a lot of changes in this division with, the leader.
All right, the Milwaukee Brewers in the AL Central has a 2-game lead over the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're 27-22, where the Pirates are 25-24, and then the Cubs are 5 games back, 21-26. St. Louis is 5.5 games back. Cincinnati 6.5 games back. So this division is not over yet. I mean, I don't think Cubs are that good right now, or the St. Louis Cardinals, but you just never know. I mean, Milwaukee should run away with this, but
can I put out a hot take real quick?
Yes.
The St. Louis Cardinals will win this division.
I was just going to say I think they will, even though I don't like them, but I think they will too.
They will win this division.
Yeah, I think they will too.
I'm starting to see it. Yeah, they got a bad start, but that's all it was a bad start.
7 out of the last 10. So
yeah.
Now the Dodgers are up in the NL West. I'm sorry. 31. They're 31-19. They have a 2-game lead over the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're 29-21, and San Fran is 6.5 games back. So, are you still? I know I asked you this a lot, but are you still banking on Arizona to be up there when it's?
Oh yeah. When you got the pitching the Diamondbacks have, you got to bank on them because they got 2 of the best pitchers in the middle. They have 2 of the top. It's borderline 10. But I would say 2 top 15 pitchers on their team. And Merrill Kelly and Zach Gallen. And Zach Gallen is a bona fide top 10. It's Merrill Kelly who's on the outside in the 15. It starts with their pitching, man, and they've been getting some guys as like some young guys, Pavin Smith, Corbin Carroll, that's becoming a huge for them. They can hit. When you can hit and pitch in this league, you can win. It's surprising though, because they just lost 21 games. I don't know if you remember this. They lost 23 games in a row in 2021. So when you got a team that lost 23 games in a row, set the record to this year, now 8 games above 500 going into June is surprising.
Yeah, very surprising. And then the Braves are at 29-19. They have a 4.5 game lead over the Mets and a 5.5 game lead over the Miami Marlins. And Phillies, they're 6.5 games back. Can you see the Mets making a surge?
Taking all bias out of me, yeah. And I think it's going to happen if we don't make a move. Because we see it happening right now. We're slipping, they're climbing. And we're only slipping because of our injuries right now to our pitchers. I think we're getting it done right now. I think the score is 3-1 to the Dodgers. But that's another thing, man. You got these teams like the Dodgers, like the Padres, like they come in here and win all these series on us. And right now it's gonna be tough because we got 3 of our pitchers is out. Kyle Wright, Max Reed. So we're trying to bring these young guys up, man. Jared Schuster got his first win. Bryce Elder. We started to see bullpen games with Jesse Chavez. Like, it's tough when your rotation is not what you thought it would be. They're only 5 games back. What, 4.5 games back? The Mets. They were just 10.5 games back a week and a half ago. So, we got to make a move.
All right. So, speaking of making moves or moving the ball out the park, this guy Aaron Judge, man, he's hitting 9 home runs in the last, is it 10 games or 8, 9, something like that. 9 home runs in the last 10 games, something like that. Can we say that he's the best baseball player in the league right now?
Definitely.
Or let me rephrase that. Is he the best baseball player in the league right now?
Definitely. I think it's Aaron Judge.
Over
Because he's a game changer. Yeah, over Ohtani. Because I would say this. When Ohtani's... See, it's not fair to Aaron Judge to compare... Like, when you say Ohtani, are we talking about the pitcher or the batter? I guess we got to talk about both, right?
Because I say the best player, right? Not offensive player, the best player in the game.
But Ohtani is not a game changer like Judge is, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And I'm trying to take the pitching out because when he's pitching, you got a great chance to win. But, man, Judge is a bona fide game changer at the plate, bro. Like, he could change the game at any at bat. Like, it's so Bonds. Like, it reminds me of Bonds so much because I don't remember a player when he stepped up to the plate. Like, it's a home run alert every time this guy's at the plate. Every time. So yeah, to me, he's the best player in baseball.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Bonds, I mean, it's almost to the point where he's getting to that point where if the bases are loaded and they're down 2,
that's a great point. You gotta walk them, brother. It's getting to that point. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that.
Yeah, you might.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see that.
Walk and run. Just walking and run. Hey,
that's crazy.
That's
crazy stuff.
I still would never forget that. See that happen and see the guy walk past Bonds, tell him, "Oh no, we not pitching to you." And Bonds is laughing.
But that got to be one of the ultimate like salutes in sports.
Oh,
to walk through. Yeah,
of course. That has to be. That has to be. Well, all right, man. So it's time for what's on my mind, and what's on my mind right now. It's what's been going on in the WNBA, bro. I and it kind of relates to LeBron in a sense, barely, but you know how LeBron is always, people hate on him, people wanted him to fail, calling him out name, all of that stuff. It's like, come on, man. You are as grown men. I can understand young kids, 19, 21, 22-year-olds. You got 50-year-old men doing this, and come on, bro. But what's killing me is Brittany Griner is playing right now, and the comments that you hear, they're so disheartening. Here, she not. Oh, that's a man. Oh man, wow. So we made a trade for this.
Mm-hmm.
So this what you wanted to trade for, just to hear the crowd cheer? I thought an American was an American, regardless of the fact. American is glad to bring one home. If you can bring one home, you bring one home. You don't sacrifice an American to say, okay, why do we have to sacrifice her? Be like, hey, even if they say that he might kill others, so we just gonna sacrifice her without her will? That's not right. I can't stand that rule. That's annoying. It gets on my nerves. I don't like it. It's not right. And you see America, they finally do something. I don't want to say nice, but they do something that's worth being proud of being American, and you see the country turn on her like that. And I'm gonna tell the truth to keep I'm gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. Like, I want to do it race because it's mostly a lot of white men
Yep.
that you hear
That's
saying
all I'm thinking about right now.
race and sex is men.
Yep.
Because I don't hear a lot of
That's it, bro.
white
That's
women
it,
saying
bro.
that. I don't hear black
That's
women,
it.
black men. And I ain't gonna lie, it's a few black men that's
I
uh,
mostly hear the
but
latter, bro.
the hearing the we risk this for that, you hear white men. So it's racist and it's sexist for them to be saying things like that. And it's messed up. It's messed up to hear that, man. And it's like they held excuse me, they held her against her will. And yeah, she did something wrong, but for them to do that, it was a ploy. We know what they were trying to do. And eventually it worked, but still, we're not just about to be like, we shouldn't be like, all right, well, oh well. I know I understand when you hear soldiers say, well, I mean, I'm glad she home, but at the same time, they couldn't do that to any other soldiers. I get that. I get it. But from that standpoint, I understand. But we risk this for that, and we risk for her. Man,
Yeah.
that's crazy, bro. I can't take it. You good? You have
No, you
anything?
said it. You said it all, bro. Hey, that's what we do on this show, bro. We tell the truth and
Yeah.
shade the devil.
Right.
And I feel like I ain't got nothing else to say because you said it.
Yeah, man. So, all right, man. That wraps up the show, man. We definitely had a good time, had fun. Definitely appreciate
Think we even got a tear out, my boy.
my
First show.
stupid.
Nah,
No, I appreciate my co-host, my guy Rue. Appreciate you, bro. You got anything you want to say, man?
Hey, I ain't jumping off that Celtics train, man. I ain't missing the train this year. I gotta be a part of history. And I can say to my son, I was a part of that. I was a part of it. I said that. I said they were gonna do that. Nah, man, all jokes aside, bro. It's always a pleasure, bro. Love doing the show, man. Looking forward to it all the time during the week. And appreciate everybody out there in the chat room listening, man. Y'all follow me all platforms at Guru Knows Radio.
Let me put that up for them just in case they still on here. Yes, definitely do that. Appreciate you, bro. Also, man, we want to thank Dr. Fowler for coming on and
Appreciate it.
Do what he does and appreciate the knowledge. Also, man, I'd like to thank everybody who's listening or watching, who's listening to the podcast even. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, Brandon, always, bro, representing, man. Always, whatever. You gotta answer the call, you gonna get in trouble. But no, also we appreciate Brandon, Vincent, the fantasy guru, or it says Vincent Jackson, but we all know that's Vincent, the fantasy guru. We appreciate you, man. Salute Brandon. Thanks, bro. Says good show tonight.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Juan Darnell was on here.
I seen Darnell. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we appreciate everyone, man, and people like I said watching and didn't say anything, and then who's listening to the podcast, man. We appreciate you, man. Hey, man, I want to shout out to my lovely family, um, uh, beautiful children. I want to shout out to the beautiful. I don't know if she want me to say this, but I'm gonna say beautiful wife. I want to shout out to my nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, cousins, play cousins, aunties, uncles, god brothers, all of that. Hey, let family know that you love them while they can still feel it, love them while they're still alive. Make sure you watch sports, watch the game tomorrow, eat good, drink responsibly over the weekend and over the holidays. We're gonna eat good as well. Hey man, till next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. Will you miss me? We're out. Peace. It's the MC giving an award speech. Hey man, that's every day. That's every show.